Peter Amato.
Present.
Diane Andelman.
Here.
Michael Bunk.
Here.
Dennis Burrows. Maureen Devigaire. Ruth Dries.
Here.
David Forness.
Here.
Richard Handelsman. Here. Laura Hanley. Duke Horton.
Here.
Jackie Carlin.
Here.
Hi, Jackie. Regina Latore.
Here.
You're on, Maureen. Thank you.
Good morning.
Bobby Levin.
Here.
Joyce Reese.
Yes.
Laura Simpson.
Here.
Jeffrey Skeen. Gloria Tart.
Here.
John Timmerman.
Here.
Michael Zaslow.
Here.
We have a quorum. The officers. Fausto Fabro.
Here.
David Boas. Here. Patricia Caputo.
Here.
Dominic Carnagia. Kelly Jansen. Stuart Richland.
Here.
Joanne Robinson.
Here.
Jerry Sutowski. David Israel. Donald Foster.
Here.
Do we have any guests?
Nope.
Thank you.
Okay. I know everybody read the minutes, so I'll entertain a motion.
I make a motion to accept the minutes as presented. I've written that.
Seconded, okay. Are there any corrections to the minutes? Everybody's happy, all read them? Okay, we're gonna have a quiz. The recording secretary, what was his report? You all read it? Yes. Okay. I'm only kidding. It was a trick question. Many, many years ago, when I was in charge of programs and services, and we used to go around and check all the WPRF facilities, the pools, I put on the ladies' bathroom inspection, urinals. You would be surprised how many urinals are in the ladies' bathrooms. Okay, so the minutes will be accepted as presented. Can we have a treasurer's report, Joanne?
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
It's early, I'm having caffeine withdrawal symptoms, so bear with me. We had our open house for the budget. It was wonderful. I saw a lot of people that are here, were there, and we're gonna have another one August 21st. So definitely, and I do have, I have it on the blog, so, and I have it posted on channel 592 during the week, I believe. But check 590, I always list what's happening there, so. But we're doing really well as far as getting people, getting input and, we want to get this coming year's budget in line because the last 4 years, there's a sort of cumulative effect of the sort of way that it was being done. Let's put it that way. I am going to do it differently. We're going to have it absolutely everybody's input. We're going to go through item by. We had almost a 2-hour meeting this week with the Finance Committee, but it went fast because there was a lot to talk about. That is on the website if anyone would like to see that. I invite everyone to view it, come into the office, call me, send me comments. Otherwise, I don't have anything to vote on at the moment, but that's my report. Thank you.
Thank you. Donald, you're up.
All right. Good morning, everyone. I have 2 reports about 2 disasters at 2 different associations. The first is Coventry H, some of which you've seen last week in my weekly report. Real quick, we have an upper and lower unit owned by the same family from Long Island. They have not been in the units for maybe 10 years, never thought to turn the water off. never provided keys to the association. Association never thought it was necessary to do inspections until an adjacent unit owner complained of mold coming through her living room wall. At that point, they hired a locksmith, got into the units, and found the disaster that you saw in last week's report. Since then, an engineer's been hired. First, the building department came and really thought that there was a problem. This is a wood joist, wood girdered building, and these supporting members are severely, they're rotted out, right? Building's falling down. We had an engineer come in, engineer did an initial survey, ordered post shoring, CR1, general contractor came in, put in post, these are braces, the pipes that hold up the upstairs apartment. That was completed today. Now you have a situation where Dean Mitchell will have to come in and gut both units to the studs. I expect that even the walls and supporting members will have to be, and you saw the grass growing out of the carpet, right? So, big mess. We're talking months, if not more, of rectifying this. So what's the lesson here? We need to get into these units on a regular basis, and if somebody says, I don't want you in my unit, I'm not giving you a key, unacceptable. Get on top of it. Your documents, my documents, all have language that give us the right to go into those units as a board with reasonable notice for purposes of inspection, as well as emergencies. Gotta peek ahead in these units on a regular basis, and this is the reason why. Can't just forget about them. My second report is about Norwich B. Fausto and I met with the building department director last week, and Norwich B was particularly discussed. This is a building that has been declared unsafe back in 2020, again in 2021. What finally brought this to my radar screen again was that Secret Services, their management company, has now suspended on-site services. They're not going to clean or maintain the building anymore because it's unsafe for their workers to even be there.
Wow.
So went back, took another look, and I called the building department. You have 3 staircases, all ready to go, ready to collapse. One was, the building department immediately closed one down, again, declared it unsafe for use. And yesterday they were served with a life safety violation notice, which is a pretty serious thing. This is kind of the last step to everybody out. So they have 24 hours to respond. Their attorney is dealing with that, and we'll have to just keep an eye on it. But this building has become a blight on the community, and if this is not a community concern, I don't know what is. So that's all I got for this month. Hi, John.
Got a question about that Coventry upper and lower units.
Coventry H, 170, 182.
As far as the association is concerned, what falls back on them as far as, the insurances?
All of it.
All of it's on the...
All of it, John. This is an apartment building. The board is required, right,
Yeah.
to take care of
So
the
the
apartment
association is
building.
paying for the whole restoration?
Well, the association has made an insurance claim,
Yeah.
and there is, as I understand it, I see Mike's head peeking over there, question of whether or not that claim will even be honored, because the association may be considered negligent for never checking on the interior of the unit. So they may be
And it
stuck with
doesn't
this.
fall back on the owner at all?
Well, here's how it works,
It
John.
goes to court and...
Here's how it works, John. Whenever there's a disaster involving anything structural of the building, that's the association's responsibility. They were always the primary insured party, the primary responsible party. They will make an insurance claim. They will subrogate their rights to the insurance carrier. The carrier will hopefully make the association whole, get everything straightened out. But then the association's insurance company has the right to go after anyone that they feel is negligent and caused this, and that very well might be the owners of these apartments. That's why you leave it to the insurance companies to work out this stuff. right? Now, I can tell you in the case of those two, the Coventry units, neither of the units are insured. There are no HO6 policies on file. So, again, big mess and a lot of aggravation, and I feel terrible for the treasurer. She's never had to deal with this before. Shorter and I are going out of our way to help them. But again, there's a lesson here. Do your jobs.
Yeah.
Tell everybody else to do their jobs. Get in them units.
We have 2 units that are, seasonal, they're gone for
Yeah.
life. So I immediately, after reading the paper and
Sure.
your emails, I contacted them by email,
Sure.
getting their authorization to enter the units.
Always a good idea. And
Until they're
maybe
back.
shut off the water. How about that? 10 years with the water, the potable water fully charged. I mean, it was bound to happen, right?
Mhm.
So anyway,
All right.
that's kind of all I have. Any other questions, guys? Or anything else you want me to look at? Thank you.
To follow up on what Donald just said, up until recently, we've kind of like let everybody know here that if we have an issue, Donald puts it in his report, we put it in the paper. Now, I've instructed Donald that every 2 weeks, everything that we have gets sent to the building department. Pictures, every report, everything that we have. So not only are we informed and are you informed, but the building department, which puts a little bit of pressure on the officers of the building to do their job. So, like Donald said, the building should have been in there, shouldn't have been a place that nobody went in for 5 years, 6 years. Okay? You need officers and building people that are going to manage these buildings need to do their jobs. Okay? So keep that in mind.
Let me shoot something else in. Just for, Fausto just made me remember this. You've got a unit that turns out had guns in it, right? Unit owner, 88 years old, calls me from Long Island and says, we got a problem. There's guns in the upstairs unit. What are we gonna do about the guns? Loaded, by the way. For 10 years. And I don't know what a board can do to make sure that nobody stores guns in a vacant apartment for 10 years, but look what happens when you don't pay attention, right? Now to get the police there and secure, guns. So thank God that was all it was, all that crazy nonsense. Thank you.
Wow.
Okay, we'll start with officers. Stuart, you're up.
I guess I'm the only officer here, everybody
No,
else is
Patricia's here.
on vacation or wherever. In what is happening when we interview people who come into the office because they have issues, most of the issues are between officers of the building and the president of the building, who is either or she not here or not listening or taking a very arrogant attitude that they know best and are not going to do anything and not follow the advice of the lesser officers. And this has been consistent for the last couple of months, and we've tried to provide techniques for which these officers could deal with the president of the building, and that's as far as we could go. We could just tell them what we think they should do, how they should do it, and that's it. We've also said if you don't have a key to get into apartments, call the owner and use rough words like, we're gonna smash your door in order to go ahead. That kind of scares people. Smashing means destruction. So hopefully that gets them to get off their butt and send the key back. Another thing that's interesting is the news reports of the increase in population in West Palm Beach is just growing by leaps and bounds, and that means people have to have places to live. And we're seeing that impact when people come in with all kinds of paperwork to through investigations. So there's a excuse me, a tremendous amount of interest here in Century Village. And if we're getting people coming in, then it's really up to the board to provide background information or at least tell the people who are moving in what they can and cannot do in order to resolve some of the issues that we're talking about here. And that's about it.
Thank you, Stuart. Yes, Joy?
I know coming into the office, it's mainly renters who really don't give a damn. They still go to work, they're not invested in taking care of the building whatsoever.
Well, you're partially right, but if you are a unit owner and you're renting it, okay, it's your responsibility that is maintained. And unfortunately, not a lot of unit owners care, but we're gonna make them care.
Thank you.
David Boaz, you're up, sir.
Just a reminder, that next Friday is a delegate assembly at 9:30. Hope everybody can make it. And that's all that I have.
Okay. Patricia?
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. In regards to what Stuart was saying, I had a unit owner who wouldn't give me a key, and I very calmly told her, okay, if that's your prerogative, if anything goes wrong, if we feel there's an emergency, we'll get a locksmith, we'll open your door and we'll leave it open. So if you come and you find everything is gone, it's not our responsibility, and I had a key the next day. Regarding transportation, I know some people have given me complaints and I have not followed up as yet. However, the bus company got every single complaint that came in while I was gone for the month. Donald and Fausto saw to it. It does take time. I understand somebody was suspended recently. Tuesday, the first Tuesday of the month is my meeting. I wish you people would come, hear what he has to say, any complaints or whatever. At the meeting, I will be asking for the excursion buses not to be next year since most people are not interested. We will follow through on the last two we have this year to the farm and to the Port of Palm. But we won't put anything in for next year since no one really seems to be that interested. Other than that, I don't have very much to say. I'm still catching up, and I wish you a blessed day. I will not be in the office today, but I will be back on Monday. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, coffee with me, yours truly, the second Friday of the month is going very well. Carolyn has been making the phone calls. If you agree to come and for some reason you can't come, could you let us know like a day before? This month was like 14 people, one person said that they couldn't come, and 8 people didn't bother showing up. I mean, the program goes on regardless. The issue is that we have people, we're trying to go through the whole village, and we're going in alphabetical order. Now, if for some reason you can't make it, thank you, Joyce. If you can't make it because of whatever, the third Friday of the month, we meet in here. So you get a second chance to come in. It's open to every officer, every unit owner, every renter, every resident of Century Village. No donuts, okay? We have an outline that we follow. Basically, we go through what UCO does, what UCO's responsibility is. Eva, I've asked her to come and join us. She comes in, she tells you what WPRF's responsibility is, and then we tell you what the building's responsibility is. And you'd be surprised how many people are sitting in here and have no idea of what the building's responsibility is. Okay? So if you, especially sitting here, if you haven't gotten a phone call yet, you should come and attend. It is quite informative. And if for some reason I'm willing to do it on a Saturday, so far I had one person that says that works. And if I can get 4 or 5 people, I'll do the program at UCO on a Saturday for individuals that can't come on the second or the third Friday of the month. But if you have any questions, we're letting you know about House Bill 1021, about Condo 3.0. Go read it, make yourself available. There's a lot of changes that are coming to the condo associations. And like Donald said, the days of sitting on your duff and doing nothing they're gone. You're gonna have to work. You're gonna have to do your job. And it's not a job that you get paid for, you don't get compensated for it, but it gives you a roof over your head, and it should make you feel good. Because when you volunteer for a job, if you're doing it for personal recognition, you're in it for the wrong game. Okay? That's all I gotta say. Yes?
What time is that second meeting?
It's from 9:30 to 11:30, the third Friday of the month, and it's in this room. Okay, we've been up and down, anywhere from 35 to 55 people have shown up. Okay, most of the officers are here, it's more interactive, we still follow the basic outline, but you get to ask more questions, and you'd be surprised. It was, it worked out kind of well, okay?
Fausto,
Yes,
just one couple of comments. Just to add to the officer's report, I'm in charge of beautification, and people have called and asked, what are we doing? And we are on hiatus because of the hurricane season. You put stuff in, and plants and flowers, and they get torn up, so it's a waste of money. We're waiting for the hurricane season to be over, and we'll start. Plants and flowers, that would be the other fences where the future construction is going to take place. We're not going to do that either, because it's going to be torn up by the construction people, and we don't want to waste your money. As far as security is concerned, we had a complaint about an unauthorized person getting on a bus. The bus driver did not take a look at the pass, and so the person got on the bus. The police were out the other day giving tickets, which is pretty good. We'll find out what they have to say at the delegate assembly meeting. And again, there is nothing foolproof in terms of preventing people from climbing across the fence or coming in to the jungle out there and climbing or pushing the fence over. So if you tell your unit owners you see something, please call the police and let them come in and do something about it, and that's it.
okay. Do we have any old business? Yes, John, go ahead.
I just wanted to see if you guys heard back from Seacrest on the Transparency Act. Are they gonna be doing it?
Yes, they're working on the forms now. You should get them within a week or so, all
Very good.
right?
Just another quick question. That big accident that was on Haverhill, was that at the Haverhill gate, or did that have anything to do with?
No, although we were involved in some degree. Apparently there was a domestic dispute in Jupiter. One of the people involved in the domestic dispute ran away with a car. There was a pursuit. The pursuit was called off because of, they knew who he was and he was driving like a maniac, so they didn't want to make it even more dangerous. He wound up at 45th and Roebuck. There was a crash there, and I believe there was another crash, Haverhill and a little south of Community, and he ran away. So we were asked
I was out that morning and I saw all the.
we were asked to shut down the entrance at the Haverhill entrance, so we did that. And there were dogs and helicopters, and I'm not sure if they caught the fellow, but it was a pretty bad accident.
Okay, do we have any other old business? Yes, Flora?
Do we have, any word on that pharmacy, or we going to?
No new news. No, sorry.
No new news. The building is up for sale and they have a buyer. Once Donald is informed of time and a place that the exchange of property will take place, we'll let everybody know. Do we have any new business? Yes?
So I've been watching.
Speak up, please.
Oh, sorry. I've watched the town hall and the finance
All right.
videos, and I would like to make a suggestion regarding, so I see we're way over budget with transportation, especially Route 1. The buses are empty most of the day, I'm asking if we can have like a transit ridership study done with Academy to see if there's some way that we could cut back there.
Academy is doing a monthly report, and surprisingly enough, I felt the way you did that, a lot of buses are riding empty, but when I get the report, it shows differently. There are buses that are going out empty, coming back with several people. It's very difficult to cut out one bus route because you don't know who's getting on and off. I myself have been riding buses, and I set out with only 2 of us, and I wind up coming back with about 8. So it has been done. We did ask the bus company last year, and they have been sending us monthly reports. So even though it looks like it's empty all the time, it really isn't.
Okay, so the internal buses, they run every hour? Is there a way, because again, especially on Route 1, because I live very close to the bus stop, most of the day it's empty. Are there ways to cut back on the internal buses?
What you're asking is to change the routing of the buses. So you can't just eliminate one bus without affecting all the buses and all the bus routes. They're on an hourly schedule, so any change that we make to that hourly schedule would affect everybody and everything.
All the other routes?
All the other routes, absolutely. Plus, right now, it's off-season. This is summertime. You have a minimal amount of people. 3-4 months from now, it's going to be a whole new ballgame, so we can't switch back and forth. You know, it's hard enough to make one little tiny change on a bus schedule, because don't forget, every change, the bus drivers now to be educated for that single change, that you think, well, the bus is driving around empty, so we should make a change. I mean, it's hard enough for them to remember the bus routes and where they stop, and every time they bring in a new bus driver that's not 100% educated, sometimes they miss a stop. And it's happened where people got on the bus, and the bus driver is on a new route, and he missed the route because he's not aware of it.
Right.
So it's not as easy. I think we have about 168 bus stops inside the village. So if you eliminate one of those bus stops, you're going to be affecting something inside the village.
Right.
So the alternative is not a good one. You know, and you have to remember, it's off-season. We have people that come in and say, well, the bus comes around and there's nobody on the bus. But you don't know, before the bus came around Greenbrier and then went to Gulf's Edge, 5 people might have been on that bus. But when they came around by Greenbrier, there was nobody there. Stratford, the same thing. Well, the bus passes by and there's nobody there. But he's on his way to the clubhouse, and the clubhouse is going to be picking up people.
I understand.
So.
And the other question I had was in regards to the asset recovery program that you
Yes.
mentioned. So I am aware that there is at least one person in my building that is very in arrears on WPRF. Number one, I want to know how that affects our building, and number two,
Everybody in your building is paying for that individual.
Okay. And number two, I called Mary. at-
Mary won't give you any
Right,
information.
so how do we go about moving forward
Well,
with something?
I was turning the people over to Monica, but now Eva wants to be the person to be called.
Eva, okay, I left
Yeah.
her a message.
Leave her a message. If she does not answer, call me and I will contact Monica for you.
Monica, okay.
Yes.
And
And she will,
Monica
and Monica Wells is the CPA, bookkeeper,
Okay.
accountant for WPRF.
Okay, got it,
Okay,
thank you.
all right? But that is, if they owe money, as long as there's no mortgage on the property, or there's no reverse mortgage of any kind, and they will help you through the process.
Okay, good, thank
Okay.
you.
That's, anything else? Duke, you had your hand up?
No.
Oh, okay, all right. Any new business? New business. Okay, good of the order.
I got
Yes.
one question.
See, I knew you had your hand up.
In regards to this new July 1st, Transparency Act, the new boards, if they're not adhering to the new laws, how do we report them?
Well, the Transparency Act, they have until January 1st of 2025.
Okay,
They got 6 months or 5 months to apply.
because I asked the new board members, I said, have you taken the class yet?
Well,
And 3 of them said,
The Transparency Act is a completely different thing. That's the federal filing.
yeah, I understand that.
Gotta read online.
prefer, as far as being on the board, they have like
Okay,
so many days
right.
to do it.
There is a grace period that's involved in that too. But their management company should, you're a Seacrest building,
Yes,
you should be having Seacrest have a little chat with them.
okay,
Or tell them to come in the office and talk to one of the vice presidents,
okay,
and we'll be happy to do that.
okay.
Yes, Peter?
What's happening with that electronic board?
I was just checking the permit while you saw my face down. Looks like they're about ready to approve it. I think there's one more thing, a landscaping approval. And the sign's already in production, and as soon as we get the permits approved, they'll start installing the footings. So, moving along. Hi, John.
Has the price gone up, or we're still at the same number?
No, we're still at the same number.
Okay.
Anything else for the good of the order? Yes, Richard?
As I tricycle around, I see many mobility aids put out by the dumpsters or decoders, canes, sometimes even a wheelchair, walkers, those raised toilet seats. And I was wondering if we could find an area that people could donate unneeded mobility aids so that other people, it's a constant turnover, so that other people could get them.
That's up to the buildings or the individual, if they want to donate them to, to somebody. Yes, Peter?
Yeah, we maintain a number of those things in the storage room in case anyone.
Yeah, a lot of buildings, yeah, we do too. Joyce?
No, I was gonna say that we have a storage room,
Right, but some of the two-story buildings do not have,
enough rooms, right.
to have enough room. But it's unfortunate, but, you can open up your own Goodwill store if you like.
Goodwill won't take them.
No,
A good bill on that.
Yes, Flora?
you know, you can donate those to the VA, cause, when I had some, all you have to do is bring them in that they're looking for them all
Well,
the
but
time.
that's what I'm saying, it's up to the individual or the associations to do that.
We could have like a Wednesday, a gathering for.
Would you like to chair that committee for me?
I would like-
The recycle committee? We could advertise it, you give me a time and a place, we'll have them bring it to you, and you can get them to the
Is that to
VA.
be a donation
No,
committee?
why don't we hire just rent
Once every couple
a
months?
truck, put it out there, tell everybody at the meeting,
Okay.
like we do, to bring all your things, then we could just drive the truck down to the VA.
All right, so Flo, would you like to?
Yes, I would, I'll do it,
There you go.
but I need transportation, and I don't want them at my house, I want them in the parking lot.
Okay, come see me next week, we'll work out the details.
We'll figure something out.
Thank you for volunteering, it's a good idea.
You actually.
The VA has a number that they'll come and pick them up.
Okay,
I
well,
know
that's what I'm
Charlie
saying,
Daly has
There-
it,
we might be able to, if we have a place, pick a date and a time, and then have the VA come and pick them up. And
Just make it like the shredding thing, we advertise it, and everybody meets here,
Well, that's-
blah, 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 we make a donation.
maybe you can look into the VA. Peter, do you have somebody you can contact at the VA?
I think they sent me a card the other day. I'll
Why
get them.
why don't you look into it and let us know? Because maybe if we can do something like the shredding event, they can come down here and we pick a date and a time and have anybody that has this type of equipment available, we could donate it to them. Yes?
Is it true that the gym will be moving to the exercise room and?
Right now, that's on hold. There are going to be some changes, but most probably right now, they're not, we were just told yesterday that in order to move the equipment to the other side, the floor can't hold the weight. So, in order to eliminate some of the issues that they're having, they're planning to move some of the equipment around so that there's more space to prevent whatever issue happened where somebody got hurt.
Oh, I see.
This just came up yesterday.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Anything else for the good of the order? I'll entertain a motion. Joyce, did you have something you wanted to say?
No.
Oh, okay, I thought you said it. All right, a motion?
You know,
Anybody?
I
John makes a motion
I
to
have a
adjourn.
complaint. It's true, I spoke when I should not have, but there were other people who you did not point out that they spoke out of turn.
Yeah, but I love you. That's why I pick on you.
As long as I know why, as long as I know why. Okay.
All right. Meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everybody. Have a good weekend.